Thanks so much for being here.
One of the women Yohan allegedly pursued while married to Daniele joins the tell-all. Her name is Memory. And it's so ironic because Yohan claims he doesn't remember her.
No recuerdo de esa conversación y no recuerdo esa joven.
You can't make this stuff up.
I believe that he doesn't remember her. I think he has so many.
Well, Memory details her relationship with Yohan and brings the receipts.
Do you have the conversation?
I got all of it right here.
Plus, Sarper is making himself and Shekinah look even worse, as he explains how he slept with 2,500 women before the age of 43, and shows evidence to prove it.
Exes are the number of people.
Oh my,
What?
oh
That's
my God.
disgusting.
That is your man, girl. Hey 90 Day Fans fam, it's Melicia. Happy holidays. Let's not waste any time and get into Yohan's lack of memory when it comes to memory with an I. Last week, Daniele accused Yohan of speaking to more than 50 women while they were together, attempting to scam them, which Yohan denied.
Yohan, do you still maintain that you weren't speaking to these women?
Sí.
But shout out to the producers, because one of them came up with the brilliant idea of bringing one of those women on the show, catching Yohan completely off guard.
Please welcome Memory.
Uh-oh. Sucks to be Yohan.
Hi, Memory.
Hi.
Yohan is looking like, I reached out to her? Yes, apparently you did. Disturbing this nice-looking, well-spoken young lady.
Tell me, how did Yohan first approach you?
He slid in my Facebook Messenger and said hello at first. It was like 11 o'clock at night. And then he was asking me, you know, was I married? Did I have kids? It just kind of went from there.
Memory says their conversations went from, hey, how you doing? To him telling her to come visit the Dominican Republic.
My friend and I had talked about doing like a mom trip to the DR. So I just asked about it. And he was like, you don't need to bring a friend. You know, I'll show you anything that you need to see. You can just come here and see me.
I don't want to harshly judge Yohan because I didn't grow up in the DR. I don't know his struggle. But if I'm to be honest, and if what Memory is saying is totally true, it's not looking great for him. There's something very disturbing about someone who would do whatever it takes to get what they want, even if it means manipulating innocent people. In this case, women who desire love, as if you and what you want are more valuable than them.
He had told me that he was single going through a divorce and that she was trying to take everything from him.
His hats, shirts, and hangers that she bought? Yep, she did try to take that. I don't know what else he's talking about. Maybe Gizmo.
Yohan, no! Give me the dog! Give me the dog!
Sean asked Yohan if he remembers talking to Memory.
No, yo no recuerdo a ella. Pero ya que ella habla, que enseñe los mensajes y la conversación, porque muchas mujeres me mandan en Facebook, me mandan solicitud en Instagram, yo la acepto, le pongo un hola. Pues yo no me recuerdo de ella. Quizás puede que sí, puede que no.
Well, Memory makes it clear that she did not reach out to Yohan first.
No, ma'am.
And shows the conversation.
He just said hola and I said hello. I told him I was going on a trip and he said, that's okay. Do you have kids and a husband? And I said, I'm single, but I do have a child. And you? He said, I'm single and I don't have children. I'm getting a divorce. And I said, oh no, I'm so sorry. I've never been married, but I can imagine it's hard to get a divorce. Are you okay? And he said, more or less, can I see a picture of you now? And I just said, I'm sorry. And then I told him that I saw on his profile that he was from the Dominican. And he said, I've been trying to get my best friend to go with me. And he said, you can come alone. I can take good care of you if you want. I have no problem with that. Where do you live?
He said he could take good care of her. And I find it interesting that he asked where she lived. I wonder if he was trying to see if the location was worth the investment. Whew, the internet can be a dangerous place. What would you do if Yohan slid into your DMs, ladies? It's possible. He's out here doing it to randoms, like Memory, who was just minding her business on Facebook. And all of this happened while Yohan and Danielle were already cast members on 90 Day Fiancé. That's so bold.
Yohan, do you remember this exchange now?
No recuerdo de esa conversación y no recuerdo esa joven.
I don't see how you can speak to someone named Memory and not remember her.
Yohan contacted me June 6th at 10:59 p.m. It's right there. That's the very first message.
Was this when you guys were together he was messaging her, or was this already when you were separated?
This is June, so this is before we moved out, but we were fighting. I'm almost like, I believe he doesn't remember her, and my question is, for him.
Danielle asked Yohan if he doesn't remember Memory because there are so many women who can sit in that chair and say the same thing.
I believe that he doesn't remember her. I think he has so many.
Ella es una de un millón.
Memory goes on to share why she stopped talking to Yohan. It's because Danielle added her as a friend.
I messaged her and was like, hi, I'm assuming that you added me because of Yohan. And she said yes, that was the reason. And, I had told her everything that he had told me, and she told me, he's still very much married. And I don't have anything to do with married men. That was the end of it. I didn't talk to him anymore.
Now, if you thought that was something, after they say bye to Memory, Danielle alleges Yohan carried out inappropriate relationships with some of her clients. All of this allegedly went down as Yohan was supposed to be helping Danielle out as one of her staff.
They engaged in some kind of relationship while she was on my retreat. He used his position in my business for his own sexual benefit. The first time he went and picked up another woman in my retreat van and took her to maybe or maybe not my apartment.
It just gets worse and worse.
The second time, he engaged in a relationship with one of the women who was there.
Apparently during the retreat, he went to one of the women's tents at night. I mean...
How low can you go? Can you go down low?
Yeah, it's the lowest of the low at this point.
Entonces no estoy hablando sin prueba.
Do I ever say anything without proof?
I know that's right, Danielle. Pull out the receipts. Yohan should consider thinking before he speaks. He sets himself up with some of the things he says.
I had found a picture on his computer of a chat that they had. I knew something was up, so I was like, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to delete my husband's number from your phone. This is making me very uncomfortable. I don't think you guys should be having private conversations. And she said, no problem, done. And then just like 2 weeks ago, she sent me an email and was like, hey, I'm ready to talk about this, and detailed their relationship.
The girl went on to tell Danielle that along with coming to her tent during the retreat, he also tried to convince her to leave the property to, quote, spend time together. And he wanted her to stay back when it was time for her to leave the retreat because Danielle was headed to New York. Did he really not think Danielle would eventually find this out? Or did he not care? But if he didn't care, he wouldn't be denying it. And he is. I don't get it.
After you talked to me and told me not to talk to him anymore, I told him that I couldn't talk to him anymore, and he got super mad and told me that I was letting you control me and I was afraid of you. I truly wasn't chasing your husband. I wasn't calling him on FaceTime. He was calling me.
And you entertained it. At least she came out and told her. That's interesting. Danielle set up this retreat to help people heal, do yoga, focus on their well-being. Meanwhile, more damage is being done to her heart. I wonder if the girl felt bad. You have this woman that's trying to provide a service to help you, and you're entertaining her man.
Are you convinced that this woman and Yohan had a physical relationship?
Yeah.
Yohan continues to deny.
Yo nunca me pasé con ninguna de ellas, respeté a todita de ellas.
And then he gets extremely disrespectful.
Yo fui a ese retiro, fue para ayudarte, pues yo en ningún momento, eso no es mi vida de que estar en retiro, ningún maldito retiro. Pero tú eres una malagradecida. Al diablo se puede ir mi doña con sus mentiras. Te va para el diablo. Tú quieres ser malo, yo voy a ser malo contigo.
I am over him trying to send everybody to hell when he's the one who needs to quit lying. He bold-faced lies. He's done it before.
I asked Yohan about it. I was like, did you go to the ATM and take money out of my account? He's like, no. I was like, are you sure? Today, someone went to the ATM and took money out. And he's like, no. So I'm like, okay. So I have to go to the bank and ask them for a video of who took money out of my account. And then finally, he's like, yeah, fine. And just like bangs the table and was super angry.
Just give it up. We're grown here. Your relationship is already over. Just tell the truth. That would be better for your image, if that's what you're trying to protect, than to continue to lie. Have some grace and dignity.
Ok, Yohan, mira, te estás poniendo como víctima. No creas que porque te estás enojando o diciendo lo que estás diciendo, eres una víctima. Sé honesto.
Bree says, I swear, Kenny and Armando are the only wholesome couple on the show. They're like a breath of fresh air amongst the madness. Agree.
Yohan, do you admit to cheating with any woman while you were with Danielle?
Yo le dije que no le pegué cuerno. Ojalá se lo hubiera pegado. O me hubiera sentido mejor.
Is he trying to pull a...
Much as you accuse me, I should have cheated.
Yo fui demasiado bueno contigo.
Goodbye.
She's out of your league.
He's angry because I made this public.
Yeah.
No one knew about this. None of my friends, none of his family. I didn't tell anybody what I was experiencing. And now you sit here and berate me instead of just be honest. Just for once in your life, just tell the truth.
Manipuladora. Nadie le va a creer su lágrima de cocodrilo.
Oh my God.
In what manner?
The way he's defensive, he's been caught like red-handed.
Sean asked Yohan one more time, did he cheat at any point during this relationship?
No, yo nunca le pegué cuerno, pero debí pegárselo, porque igual ella me juzga como malo. Yo debí pegárselo.
Oh my God.
So, Yohan, are all of these women lying?
¿Cuáles todas las mujeres? ¿Dónde está el video de sexo que tengo con las mujeres? ¿Dónde están?
Does anybody believe Yohan?
No.
Kalani. Danielle says she kept the evidence because she knows Yohan, and she knew he was going to lie.
And I know that everyone already thinks I'm evil and I'm mean to you. So I knew that the only way to protect myself is to come with
evidencias
evidence.
no concuerdan con nada.
The cast goes on to take a vote.
By a show of hands, how many people think that Yohan has been unfaithful? From the evidence today, everyone here.
Shekinah is the only one that didn't raise her hand out of everybody, which isn't surprising because she's not that fond of Danielle.
I never really cared for Danielle.
And she hasn't even woken up yet to her own man's behavior, which we'll get to in a sec.
I think Yohan used Danielle for green card, for money and stuff. And I personally think Yohan's a piece of shit. Sorry.
Oh, he is.
Amen, Wayne. I'm glad someone said that out loud.
It's an emotional thing for Danielle to go through.
Like, who wants someone to suffer with a psycho?
Eso no es por mucho, tranquila. Ojalá yo te deje dinero mañana mismo para divorciarme, para que ya tú no seas mi esposa.
The unfortunate part is that Danielle is probably going to be the one who takes on the financial burden of this divorce.
Danielle, let me ask you one final question. Are you going to file for divorce?
Yeah, absolutely.
I would love to know what Danielle's major takeaways from this relationship are. What has this experience taught her? Because this is one of those life changers here. Hard lessons. All right, real quick, Ken from the dark side and Barbie, who is caught up in his spell.
Don't question it, just roll with it, tiny baby.
She is my Barbie and I am her Ken.
The cast tries to figure out Sarper's claim that he slept with over 2,500 women before the age of 43.
How does 2,500 happen? I was trying to do the math. I don't know how old you are.
It doesn't.
I actually did the math. So 30 years, you figured about a new person every 4 to 5 days.
Did any of you do the math? I didn't care that much. The number just sounded too ridiculous.
By our calculations, 2,500 women means you had sex with a different woman every 3.5 days since your 18th birthday. Was that, in fact, the reality?
I'm not proud of that.
Yeah, you are.
Right. Kenny's a real one. He knows what's up. He has to be proud of it. He gave that information about the 2,500 women when no one asked for it. If he wasn't proud of it, he should have kept that information to himself and just left it at a lot. I've slept with a lot of women over the years. Shekinah goes on to share some information that has me looking at Sarper like, dude, what's really going on here?
You also have that freaking bottle collection of yours. You love to keep your memories, and I hate it.
What is the significance of the bottle collection?
It's nothing. It's just a collection.
He has a memory with each bottle with a female. And he keeps all the bottles.
What the?
Y'all, look at this bottle collection. That's a lot of women. What is Sarper trying to prove here? Does he think a higher body count makes him more of a man? Does he need to be reminded about how much of a man he is every day? Does he believe sex is the only valuable thing about him? Something's going on here. You know, I would actually love to see Sarper in his most natural state, without the stiff hair, without the makeup. Just Sarper. Who is he outside of a sex symbol?
This number of 2,500 women, a lot of people said they didn't believe it.
And also, like, how'd you document it? Was it like stars on a chart?
Well, he's doing 3 and 4 in a night. Didn't he say one time?
I mean, let me tell you something. I'm a counting freak. I mean, she kind of knows it, and I count everything.
He is. He's a numbers guy.
Girl. Sarper proceeds to tell Shekinah he's been hiding something from her.
From 98 to 2012, I recorded all my body counts to a notebook.
Oh my God. You just said you're not proud of your number, but you're literally keeping a book.
It was old, baby.
I don't care. Don't
Give me a
ever
second.
say you're not proud of it again.
Sarper voluntarily goes and gets the evidence to prove his body count, aka the notebook, that he seemingly had prepared to show because it didn't take him long to get it.
Can you see?
Oh my gosh.
Look at Sarper's face. He's flipping the pages like he's ashamed of himself. Yet nobody asked him for this.
Wait, what are the X's? X is 1?
X's are the number of people.
Oh my.
What?
Oh
That's
my
disgusting.
Obviously not disgusting enough.
That is disgusting.
That looks like fantasy football or some.
Kalani's reactions have been the best this episode.
No.
It's nice to see her in a seemingly lighter space after all she's been through.
Is your penis still attached to your body?
What do the colors mean?
Good question.
Colors indicates how pretty girl was.
How pretty the girl was?
Yeah, he literally was not picky. He would sleep with anyone.
Sean asked Shekinah how she feels after seeing the notebook.
To make all these women an X in a book, I don't know. I don't like it.
And then Sarper tries to give her another perspective.
She kind of think it as a trophy for you. I mean, you change this kind of man to this one.
No, that's not how I look
It
at
is
it.
the proof
Sorry.
of this. Okay?
No, it disgusts me.
Yeah, he's tripping. He has some work to do. I want to know what drove him to sleep with so many people. And was there any point where he at least thought to himself, let me slow down? There's a lot of opportunity to catch something. Also, I hate that Shekinah doesn't even talk to her sister now because of this relationship.
My family is so negative. They could not be more unsupportive, and I actually don't even talk to anyone in my family since the show.
I wonder if she still speaks to her daughter. This relationship seems to be separating her from people who love her the most. It's like she's suffering from Stockholm Syndrome. Everyone can clearly see this relationship is toxic and she's being controlled, but she doesn't see it that way. Then again, when you're used to unhealthy relationships,
You've been with a lot of ass.
what might be toxic to others could be acceptable to you.
If you grew up in a super like
Strict.
hardcore, and
Hardcore.
I grew up Mormon, it's very similar. And like being nitpicked and controlled for every single thing that you do. And it makes you make poor choices in men. I can say that. Like it comes off with some of the people that yes, you're being attacked, but like for me, I do it because I'm worried.
I think you're bringing your own thing into my relationship. Like your issues are yours. They're not related to what I'm dealing with.
If every single person in the room is seeing the same and you're the only one that doesn't, it comes off
I'm
as
the only one
delusional.
in it.
Okay, fine girl, it is your life. Shekinah leaves a tell-all without saying a word to the cast.
I just feel like everyone, hates me. I don't care. Let them.
I'm curious to see if we will ever see her and Sarper on 90 Day again.
I'm glad it's over.
Whew. All right, 90 Day fans fam. That's a wrap for The Other Way Season 5. Per usual, I enjoyed you and your commentary. We can always keep the conversation going on my socials. On IG, I'm at its_Melicia, and I want to do something fun. I want to do a Q&A on my YouTube channel, which is at Melicia Shae, S-H-A-E. You can ask me whatever you want. Of course, let's keep it appropriate. Anything about myself, anything about 90 Day. If you want my take on something, let me know. I can answer all of your burning questions. Just drop the questions below in the comment section. And of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can be alerted once the Q&A video is out. But in the meantime, enjoy the holidays and be on the lookout for the new season of The Single Life, which premieres January 1st. The cast looks pretty solid with Tyree, Chantel, Miss Debbie, Kim's son Jamal, and Veronica.
Tim, you're a bitch, dude.
Whoa!
What you're not gonna do is raise your voice
What
to me.
you're not gonna do is question me being a dad to Chloe.
Dude,
you're
I
way
know the
below the
truth.
line.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. All right, make sure you stick with ET because we are covering it all. I will see you next time.